So, Supreme Court Justice Elena Kagan and Amy Coney Barrett are on Capitol Hill today for a rare appearance before Congress, where they're expected to make the case for more court security as threats against justices and other federal judges continue to rise. Let's look at how the justices have been targeted over the past few years. You go back to May 2022, you got the Roe v. Wade decision that is illegally leaked, and then the death threats against Justice Alito. He's targeted outside of his home. Then you got Kavanaugh. A man is arrested because he is trying to allegedly assassinate the justice there. The protesters then demonstrate, trying to pressure a decision back in June 22. You jump to July 2023. These are death threats against the Chief Justice, John Roberts there. And then September 2024, assassination, kill, and lynch plot against justices and their family members. And then you got, of course, May 2026. Justice Barrett home is targeted with a swatting incident. Let's bring in Jonathan Turley, Fox News contributor, George Washington University law professor. Jonathan, thanks so much for joining the show. I guess the whole thing really starts with the protests. Judges are supposed to interpret the law. They shouldn't be getting pressure politically. Should that be reviewed?
Well, a lot of this should be the subject of some circumspection by people, particularly on the left. This is a pattern. You know, we've had very few attacks on justices. There was an assassination attempt of Justice Field in the late 1800s that was related to a specific case. This is different. This is coming from a real movement to demonize the justices, demonize the court. It's part of an effort to convince American citizens on our 250th anniversary to essentially gut the court by packing it, by taking the sort of hostile takeover. And it's hard to get people to do that unless they're very angry. And that's what this is all about. You know, all of these protests. I mean, Lawrence, they went to Justice Barrett's house knowing she has young children and left bloody dolls all over her lawn. You had an individual standing outside of Kavanaugh's house on an assassination attempt that he backed out of at the last minute. These are people who are being triggered by this rhetoric, and it's all unconnected to the institution itself. The Supreme Court has continued to show great independence and integrity, including ruling against the president when they felt it is warranted.
Yeah, and we've seen a 57% increase in threats against the federal judiciary. And to your point, Jonathan, they rule against the president all the time, yet that doesn't seem to make its way to the people that are protesting outside of their homes violently.
That's right. You know, it reminds me there was a Soviet defector named Yuri Bezimov who years ago gave the Soviet plan for undermining the United States. And the first step was to get people to question their institutions, to attack the institutions, to demoralize the country as to their core beliefs and values. We're seeing something like that today that is completely disconnected. You're right, Lawrence. You have people like Justice Barrett, who has voted on critical cases against the president. He hasn't liked it, but he appointed independent, thoughtful justices, including Barrett, who is a conservative jurist, but she reads the Constitution faithfully from her own viewpoint. But all of this campaign against the justices in the court have nothing to do with how they're ruling. It is an effort to pack the court because there's a long agenda of items that the far left wants to get through, everything from wealth taxes to even getting rid of the Senate, which is part of the DSA platform this week. All of that's going to require control of the Supreme Court. To do that, you've got to get citizens to hate them, hate the justices, and hate the court.
It's a sad thing to do as we honor America's 250th anniversary and birthday. I want to get your comments. We're still mourning the loss of the senior senator from South Carolina, Senator Graham. He was a close ally of Blanche. How is that going to impact his nomination, Professor?
Well, we were all rocked by this, Lawrence. I knew the senator well. We worked together for almost 30 years. And what we lost is someone who was able to pierce through a lot of the noise and nonsense on the Hill. We really need him, not just his vote, but his clarity of thought. and we won't have that. And there is already difficulty rising over this nomination. We have his sister who's going to be coming in, but it's going to be close. We have to see how many of these Republican senators are going to carry through. There's been suggestions that some of them might vote against Todd. I have to emphasize one thing. Todd Blanche is one of the most skillful lawyers in the United States. He has an outstanding career. So you can't oppose him on the merits. I mean, this guy is really quite remarkable in his skills. So this is an alarming situation for the White House as well. It's hard to deal with the strategic aspects because we're all mourning the loss of Lindsey, but we're going to have to focus on that and get him through this process because he deserves to be the Attorney General of the United States.
Yeah, Todd is an excellent trial lawyer, and if you're a lawyer and you value free speech and you value rights of your clients out there and freedom, then you should confirm him because he's going to make sure that is applied in the Department of Justice. Thank you so much, Jonathan.
Thank you, Lawrence.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.